we will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order.
All right, are you ready? Let's hope the second is better than the first, because I'm not holding out much hope.
Abandon ye all you.
Yeah, oh my God.
Why? Because that's just the way it is.
All right.
2021 is like 2019 now. God help us!
This is bad.
Uh-oh.
All right, are you ready? Oh, no, not this. I meant that. I didn't even read this one yet.
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot of words.
I thought you were talking about this question.
No, there's a lot of words.
Okay, let's see.
What happens to the... What the fuck was that? Did you leak?
No.
You're letting some air out.
I have some congestion going on. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I just have some congestion. Sorry about that, folks. No, I don't have the Rona. I just have normal allergies. I'm allergic to bullshit, okay? Especially April shitty questions.
Here we go. Okay, what happens to the motion that was laid on the table after the interrupting business is disposed and no question is pending?
Well, while that's happening, it's sitting there flopping like a dead fish, but read it again.
Well, I didn't even, before I read the ABC?
Yes, please.
Okay. What happens to the motion that was laid on the table after the interrupting business is disposed and no question is pending?
Okay, what are my choices?
A, the chair takes the question off the table and resumes consideration of the question when the chair believes it is timely. B, the assembly must agree to take the question from the table by majority vote. C, the secretary is responsible for taking the question off the table and presenting it to the chair in order to resume consideration of the question. D, all of the above are correct.
Okay, give me the first one.
The chair takes the question off the table and resumes consideration of the question when the chair believes it is timely.
Okay, B.
The assembly must agree to take the question from the table by majority vote.
Okay, C.
The secretary is responsible for taking the question off the table and presenting it to the chair in order to resume consideration of the question.
Okay, it ain't D for starters.
Which is all of the above, right?
And I really don't think that is the secretary at all in this one. So we can eliminate C. So that leaves A and B. And A was the chair takes it up, or B, the assembly votes to take it up.
Yeah.
How was it laid on the table in the first place?
It doesn't say.
How can it be laid on the table? Let's rephrase the question.
It requires a motion to lay on the table.
Then I would argue it takes a motion to take it back up off the table, so B.
And I know that's the correct answer without looking. This actually was a decently worded question. And let me make sure. Yep, I would have been really pissed if I was wrong.
I just walked through and said, okay.
Yeah.
Because the general rule of thumb is if it got motion somewhere, then you got a motion to move it somewhere else. Yeah.
Right. And what's implied here is, see, if the chair could just do it, like during
then what's the point of a motion?
Right. They could just request. But there's also something else I'm getting at here. During the intervening matter, the assembly may decide they want to just ignore that. Let's pretend that never happened. Because you don't have to take things off the table.
Yeah.
You can keep them there and then they die.
Right. It may not be the right point to do that at, too. You know,
well, it does say
if
when
you lay something on the table and you have to interrupt something and say, oh, I don't know, striptease on the stage, or the building's on fire, or, oh, shit, we have a different problem here, or somebody's person, whatever the hell it is. But then all of a sudden it's like, well, that's not necessarily right to take this back up because we have to take care of something else. Then we wait. So.
Plus, but just to play devil's advocate for A, even though we know it's not correct, it does qualify when the chair believes it's timely. Right. So that wouldn't necessarily be immediately. It could be later.
But isn't that really more the decision of the body?
Well, I think so. I'm just saying. But when you talked about the fire, did you watch the episode where we talked about if there was a fire and I said, you're not going to be an asshole and go point of order? Did you watch that one?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, there's a good clip on it that I peed my pants. But anyway, yeah.
Point of order. That fire is out of order.
Yeah, it's like, Mr. Chair, I was talking. Okay, so B.
I had the floor. Well, it's on fire now, dude.
I was like, you're not gonna be a douche. Okay.
If you want the floor, you gotta put the fire out.
You gotta
don't pee on it.
You gotta watch that episode. You might not think it's funny. Okay, your sense of humor, we all know and have various opinions about.
It's twisted. I'll admit it.
Well, so is mine. The things I insert.
No, mine's worse.
It's different. Some things are jokes. You probably have seen clips I've inserted and you wondered why.
Sometimes, most
because
of the time I get them.
Sometimes it's just something I find funny.
Yeah.
It's like an inside joke between me and a friend I had in 8th grade, and I still think it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, we are on section squiggly 17. I get confused between chapter and section.
That's not what you almost said.
What did I say?
You almost said sexual.
Oh.
Wow, a chicka bow 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 chicka wow wow, a chicka bow wow bow chicka wow wow, chicka bow chicka wow wow.
It's so sexy. Well,
Robert's rules. It's sexual.
It's very sexual.
Now that's an inside joke from my past.
Listen, making dirty jokes of any kind, even if they're unfathomable, are funny. It's kind of.
You know what the dirtiest joke in the world is?
Oh God, no! Don't tell me.
Pig fell in the mud.
Oh God, I begged you not to tell me.
Hey, it's a perfectly clean joke. Well, not really, but the clean joke is the pig took a bath. But there's nothing X-rated about it.
You're giving me like the twitches. You're gonna give me the sausage sweats.
I'm not touching that one either.
That's what she said. Okay, section 17.
Maybe that's what she said. Where the hell are we going?
Section 17.
Okay, wood and gutter. Section 17.
Alrighty. Here we go. All right, so 17,
Yeah.
and in your thing, it's
Hold
page
on.
213,
Okay, I'm almost there.
4 through 11.
Okay, 213, 4 to 11. Subject is taking a question from the table.
Okay, well, I got it.
After further rules and explanations.
Right there. Renewal of the motion to lay on.
That's the next paragraph. Yeah, they've rearranged this.
Okay, well, you read from
give
here,
me-
and I'll try to find it. So 213, 4 through 11.
Okay. Section is titled Taking a Question from the Table. Rules affecting the motion to lay on the table are closely related to the motion take from the table. After a question has been laid on the table, it can be taken from the table by a majority vote as soon as the interrupting business is disposed of and whenever no question is pending, provided that business of the same class as the question on the table, beer, unfinished beer business, general orders, or new business is in order.
I can't find that anywhere in here. It doesn't even say, like, how to take things. All it's talking about is, now, maybe it's earlier.
See, that section's totally
it's
different.
right here on mine. It's in a different spot. So in the 12th, it's 17.6, and it says...
Is it the same thing?
Well, no, it's not the same language, but it's communicating the same information.
Okay.
So 17...
Oh, no, wait.
Is it?
After a question, yeah, okay, yeah, that's that.
They
That's
just
the same
moved
wording.
it?
No, they took a sentence out.
Okay.
Okay.
So in 17.6, after a question has been laid on the table, it can be taken from the table by majority vote
Right.
as soon as the interrupting business is disposed of, or at some later time
Okay, that's changed.
before the limits for taking it from the table have expired. See
Okay.
below.
So that has been reworked a little bit.
Okay. Now, something, though, I think we need to bring up here because people misuse this.
Yeah.
I want to table that, and it's not. You don't table something when you mean postpone definitely. Like, I want to postpone this. You don't say, I want to table this to next meeting. That's not what you're doing.
Right.
And people do that all
Right. You're
the
power
time.
bombing it through a table.
Right.
Insert clip here.
Right. Table is just... things are tabled rarely.
Yeah.
Half the time, if you're using the word table it, you're probably wrong.
Right.
I don't think I've ever tabled it, like according to... I don't think I've ever laid something on the table.
I've seen it used in...
What the...
Oh, Wayne's right there, so it's not that.
What's... Oh, that's him up... Okay, I thought it was coming from upstairs.
There's no longer a chair here.
It sounded
Okay.
but it sounded like it was a stampede
Yeah.
upstairs.
It's going to be hard for you to see with all my gear, but...
Yeah.
It sounded like a stampede going on
Well,
over
your
there.
audience is here now.
So, I've never laid anything on the table.
I've seen it once or twice in government proceedings, and of course used completely wrong, but it's government, that's what
Yeah.
they do. But it hasn't been in a while. Mainly because I've decided to stay as far away from government proceedings as possible. Why? I prefer my sanity, or what's left of it.
Now, I just...
Insert joke here. You're sane?
That's what she said. Okay.
That's what she asked.
Again.
Well, you missed earlier. We were... Where is it? This is what we were... Let me turn up my... We were...
Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
So here's what I was trying to get to. The motion to lay on the table is often incorrectly and wrongly admitted as an order with the intention of either killing an embarrassing question without a direct vote or of suppressing a question without debate. The first of these two uses is unsafe if there's any contest on the issue. And that would be because people can always take it from the table. The second is in violation of the fundamental principle of parliamentary law that only a 2/3 vote can rightfully suppress a main question.
Okay, that's way over on 216, 3 to 10 on 11th.
Right.
Yeah, that whole paragraph. So.
Well, and this is interesting where they're talking about the dangers.
Yeah.
If the majority were to lay a question on the table erroneously, supposing that it thereby becomes dead, some who voted with the majority might leave before the time of final adjournment, and the minority might all stay. The real minority might then become a temporary majority, take the question from the table, and act upon it in the absence of many interested parties.
That's not a bug, that's a feature. Seriously, if people are leaving early because they don't understand how the rules work and they apply them wrong, well, then tough shit, that's the way it happens.
Oh, also, this is where you could get tripped up. They also might take the question from the table at the next session in cases where that session is held within at least a next quarterly time interval. Something on the table remains alive until a quarter elapses.
Yeah.
Right. And if there's not a meeting within the next quarter, then it dies at the end of that session.
Right.
That's why with the LNC, where they're wondering why I'm having all these fits about the quarterly meetings being electronic, because our policy manual says electronic meetings are not regular meetings.
Right.
So anything that has to do with these quarterly time intervals gets all screwed up.
Uh-huh.
Rights to reconsider, whatever. They act like it's not a big deal. And the same thing, by the way, with y'all's committee. Right now, none of you guys on that committee have a right to reconsider because there's been no session. There's been no motions. Nobody has voted not on an opposing side because there's been no votes.
Yeah.
But so I got to write you down for winning that one, right? Because you got a good question.
Yes.
So how are we going to indicate?
Just
M?
put
No.
an M or...
M plus. That
M.
means you won it. We're keeping score. We have a studio audience.
Who's winning?
Well, I haven't, the first question was declared shitty. So it's 1 to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 to 0.
1 to 0 to 1. Shitty with shitty being 1.
So we're not even to the first set yet.
No, we just got started.
But the first question was horrible. So we're going to get a scoreboard unless he's winning, and then I'm going to forget I ever said this. You didn't cheat, did you? Oh,
No, it's over there. How the hell can I cheat when it's way the hell over there?
And it's the question I have to answer anyway. How can you cheat?
So you cheated.
I didn't even know where it was.
Favor! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.